Hello, my dear sisters and brothers in the Dharma. So here I am in Sattva project for one more interview, this time with wonderful Gloria Sherab Dolma. So I will introduce to you Gloria Sherab Dolma, so you can know a bit more about her. I'm sure you already heard about her, seen her in some episodes of Sattva project, talking about dakinis, talking about female in Buddhism, many things, but now we are going to know a bit more of her experience, a bit more of her life as a Dharma practitioner. So, Gloria Sherab Dolma received refuge vow from Root Guru Venerable Khenpo Tusim Gyatso Rinpoche in 1999. Under the direct guidance of and training by Rinpoche, she started her academic and meditation training of the teachings of all the three yanas, oral and written translation skills, Qigong practice, Tibetan Tantra Yoga meditation, as well as the meditation skill of singing, chanting and dancing. Year of 2003 and 2004, she was appointed by Rinpoche to be the first official Tibetan Tantra Yoga instructor and the board member of the first group of official teachers of Satsang Shendrup, Taiwan, the Marpa Dharma Center. Starting year of 2005, Rinpoche instructor to study Tibetan language as well as Buddhism philosophy and logic in a traditional Buddhist institute. Thus, she did in Karma Ling, Nepal, together with other monks and few nuns for 6 years. She's currently living and working at Rinpoche Artsan Venerable Dzogchen Ponlop Rinpoche Dharma Center, Nalabodhi in Seattle, USA. At the moment is in Taiwan.
Yeah, actually this was written long time ago. So at that time I was living in Seattle,
yes.
But now I'm not.
Now in Taiwan.
Right.
Now Gloria lives in Taiwan.
Right.
So she published a lot of works, translations from English to Chinese, which includes The Joy of Living, The Heart Advice from the Lotus Born, Penetrating Wisdom, Genji's Mahamudra, etc. And she has, until today, approximately 20, more than 20 translated books, which is amazing. So now that we already have a little bit of a taste of Gloria, let's meet Gloria directly. So thank you very much, Gloria, for receiving me here in Khenpo Tusim Gyatso Nunnery. I'm very happy to be here. I must tell, I'm very surprised with what I saw with our wonderful guided visit. We will have the opportunity to see all this nunnery, all the temple, the practices, everything when we finish this interview. So please stay tuned. Thank you so much, Gloria. I'm very happy. Before we start, we would like to tell we are dedicating this interview to the long life of Khenpo Tusim Gyatso.
Yes.
So we will start our small interview. Thank you, Gloria, for accepting this invitation. It's a pleasure for me to be in your presence. First, because I'm meeting you in person for the first time.
Yes.
Second, because we are in Nepal, in Khenpo Tusim Gyatso Nunnery, doing this interview, which is a huge bless. We met today in this blessed place. And third, because this interview is very important, so female practitioners can understand that it's possible to practice the Dharma, study the Dharma, go further in the path, and have a genuine example in Gloria Sherab Dolma. So, Gloria, how did your path start into the Dharma? Let us know a bit about that.
First of all, I want to thank you for having me, and let me have the honor to be on this platform to share my experiences. So hopefully there will be some inspiration for the female practitioners on the path. So I can't say I'm a role model, but I try my best.
Yes.
Under the guidance and training of my Root Guru Khenpo Tusim Gyatso Rinpoche. And we met before online.
Yes, online.
Yes.
We had that fortunate, but now
Now
it's different. We can feel ourselves, our energy.
Yes.
It's very different, and I feel deeply rejoiced.
Oh, me too.
Thank you.
Towards you. Thank
No,
you so
please.
much. You're
Please
my
don't,
daging.
no, please don't thank me. I thank you because you are an inspiration for me, and I'm sure for all the lay practitioners that will hear Gloria history. Please, Gloria, how did you start?
Actually, I started my spiritual path, like searching, since I was very little, because I was wondering why I was born into this world. I found no meaning of my mundane life.
Yes.
And so it was a long search. I'll skip that, and I became a Christian for 10 years, because at that time I had a great misunderstanding about Buddhism. Because you see, before I wouldn't say Mahayana, or the Chinese Mahayana temple, they mainly just do their own practices.
Yes.
So it's not like Christian, they are into the community to provide service to the people.
Yes.
So that was a great misunderstanding I had about Buddhism at that time. And I was more into this community serving. So I joined a Christian church for 10 years. But unfortunately, I could not find someone who could guide me to discover the answer I was searching for, which I want to know why I was born, and then the truth or the reality of this universe. So I'm sure there are great masters in Christian or Catholic or all the religions, but for me, I didn't find anyone. I didn't have the connection to meet someone like that in Christian. So I started to search more, and I think I started to search more into different religion when I was 22. And then until before I met my guru at 28, during those years I tried many different religions, but it wasn't it. So until I met my first guru, which is Khenpo Kata Rinpoche, and he passed away a few years ago. He was the one who brought me home, actually. It's like once I saw him, then I knew, oh, this is it. No more searches. Yeah, but I didn't have a very deep connection with him in terms of learning.
I understand.
So then a few months later, one of my good friends, he told me about Khenpo Chutin Gyamso Rinpoche, and then he told me about his Qigong teacher. And so his Qigong teacher is taking them to Nepal to meet Khenpo Chutin Gyamso Rinpoche to take refuge vow from him. So he asked me if I want to meet the teacher. And of course I want to, right? So I met the teacher, my Qigong teacher, and I talked to him, and I thought, oh, this is a great teacher. So I decided to try.
Wonderful.
And then he said, well, if you want to take refuge vow from Khenpo Chutin Gyaltso Rinpoche, you have to recite 1,000 times of 37 practices of Bodhisattva first.
Wow.
So that is the condition,
to start.
Criteria that
the criteria,
for everyone. Like no matter you are lay person or monks or nuns or your children, everyone,
you have to recite it.
Yes.
1,000 times.
Yes. Before
Done.
you even receive the refuge vows. So different gurus or different masters, different religions, they have different connections and they have a different aspiration with the people or the disciples they want to make connection with, right?
Yes.
So for Khenpo Chutin Gyaltso Rinpoche, his aspiration or his motive is to train people who really want to devote themselves into practices. So that's why he set up this criteria. So, but that year was 1998. I was pregnant with my second baby.
Means you were married.
Yes,
You
was
had
married.
a housewife life?
Yeah, I was a housewife, I was a mother, and I was helping my ex-husband
Husband.
to run his music production company.
Business.
Yeah, music
In fact,
production, yes.
you were helping him in his business,
Yes.
music production.
Yes. So then I was pregnant with my second baby, so it's impossible to come to Nepal, especially that time I was having a little bit like dangers or
I understand.
miscarriage.
Yes.
So I couldn't come. And I didn't finish my 1,000 times of recitation either. But
Means you didn't finish the criteria.
No. So that was 1998.
It happens.
Then 1999 March, they're coming again here. They asked me again. At that time, my baby was 4 months old. So he was born, my second baby. And I thought, what am I waiting for? I've been looking for, searching for my guru for so many years. What am I waiting for? I want to go and to see if this one is my guru. Although I already met Khenpo Kata Rinpoche, and I took refuge vow from him, but I didn't start learning, the actual learning yet, right? So I thought I should just do it. So within 1 month, I finished 919 times of recitation. How do I finish
1 month?
that?
Yes. My question was
within
that.
1 month.
How did you finish that?
Right, with 2 babies.
I
mean, at that time, my older son was, I think he was 4 years old, and my second baby was 4 months old. Yeah. So how did I finish that?
How did you finish that, please?
After they fell asleep.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So maybe like
Full of emotion.
10:30, I started reciting these 37 practices of Bodhisattva.
Yes.
That's how I finished.
Oh my God.
I tried, but I was a new Buddhist, and I don't think my shamatha
was
practice,
stable enough.
Yes. And it was
I understand you very well.
And it was my first time reciting all these like Dharma things, right? So it was like a lot of terms. I was like, what does that mean?
Yes.
And I could not recite something that I don't understand. So I tried to figure out. So at the beginning, it took a lot of time. Finally, my teacher told me the first 1,000 times, no need to figure out everything. Just recite.
Don't analyze, just do it.
Yes, don't analyze. No need to figure out every single word or the meaning. In the future, the material will teach us.
Yes.
So just recite.
Yes.
So at the beginning, it takes 7 minutes to finish one time.
One time.
But as you get used to it, familiarize with it, then it takes 3 minutes.
3 minutes one time.
But still, right, it was difficult.
Yes.
So at one point, I was very frustrated. And the dates of coming to Nepal was approaching.
Yes.
So,
and you didn't have completed yet.
No. So what am I going to do? I called my friend who introduced me to this Dharma center. I mean, it was not a Dharma center at that time. It was a Qigong school, my Qigong teacher. Then so I called this friend and I said, what to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to finish? And then he said, you can supplicate to Rinpoche and ask for his blessing. Then I said, what is supplication? Like I didn't even know what supplication means, right?
Yes.
And then he said, he was very skillful.
Yeah.
He said, oh, it's kind of like you're asking for an elder, your your grandfather, your father, your uncle to help you. And I said, oh, okay. So I looked at Rinpoche's photo. Then I said, Rinpoche, I really want to go see you. And I don't know if you are the teacher, the guru I'm looking for, but I really want to go and figure it out. Please, try to help me. I can't finish. How am I going to finish when I feel anxious and I have 2 babies to take care of? I have to run the music production company for my ex.
Yes.
Right? So I just pray. I remember I was walking in my living room, and then suddenly I felt this warmth of, you can say energy
Yes,
or
yes.
blessing
Yes, yes.
or whatever. It just descended down.
Yes.
And then I just feel this, my body and my mind, they both feel calm and peaceful and joyful at the same time. So I was feeling like physically and mentally very stable. I thought, wow, this is a very
Wonderful sensation.
yes, very wonderful and very strange to me because I never had that kind of experiences before. So that was the first time you can say generalize or give rise to some kind of faith
Yes.
towards hermitage, right?
Yes.
So I sat down and I thought, let's try it. And for the next 17 minutes, I had no problem reciting it. I finished 10 times in a row without feeling anxiety, nervous,
Expectation at all. Just
and then so that's why I gave rise to confidence and faith towards hermitage, but still I have doubt, right?
Yes.
Like we're not superstitious.
yes, yes, yes.
Right, this is just some kind of experiences
Yes.
that it was weird and
Yes.
strange to me,
Yes.
but I felt it, right?
Yes.
But I don't want to judge anything
Yes,
until
yes.
I see that person,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I try to finish. So I finished my 1,000 time.
37 practice of the Bodhisattva.
Yes, right before I step into the airport
Wow.
gate. So still on the taxi, I was reciting it.
Yeah, yeah.
So before I step into the gate of the airport,
Airport.
I finished that. That's how I finished my first 1,000 time. I came here
Yeah.
and saw Hermitage
Uh,
like that.
you saw Rinpoche and then you were able to receive the refuge vows.
Usually he sends the new students to Pashupati.
Pashupatinath.
Yes,
Ah,
to see
this is
the-
because, I've been in Pashupatinath this morning.
Yes.
It's a blessed place.
Right.
I did deep aspirations for all the female practitioners and especially for the yoginis, and
Oh,
yogini is here.
rejoice.
No, deeply
Yes.
rejoice. You please keep going.
Okay.
I'm delighted to hearing you. Please.
Alright. So he was sending new
Pashupati.
students to Pashupati to see the cremation.
Yeah.
So you have to meditate on impermanence
Yeah.
and death.
Yeah.
Like imagine it is that you lying there or your family, your loved
Yes,
one lying
exactly.
there. And then you have to meditate on your concept of clean, like clean and
Yeah.
dirty.
Yes.
Right? Because that place to us is kind of dirty.
Yes.
So you have, like, Rinpoche tried to teach us to meditate or to try to go beyond the
Yes.
concept of clean
Transcend.
and dirty.
Transcend that.
Transcend that.
Yes.
So we went, and I didn't feel scared. I didn't feel dirty, so I feel like I am very scared, like weird.
Yeah.
Like I must be a weirdo. Why am I not feeling scared?
Yes, I understand you.
So why am I not feeling dirty?
Yes.
I only feel sadness, it's like a
Yes,
natural reaction
yes,
to see people who lost their loved one.
Absolutely.
So you feel sorry for them.
Absolutely.
Oh, I feel sorry for them. That's what I felt.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I am very weird. I kept thinking I'm very weird. So I'm such a weirdo. Am I qualified to be a Buddhist?
You question that to yourself.
Yes, I kept thinking. So we walk there and walk back. It takes about 40 minutes, right,
Yes.
to walk. So
Yes.
on the way back, I was kept thinking, I'm so weird.
Yes.
Am I qualified? Am I qualified to be a Rinpoche student because
Yes.
I'm so weird?
You had many self-doubt
Yes,
from that moment.
yes.
Uh-huh.
So we came back. It was not this place. It was in a 2-floor building with a garden. That's
Yes.
where Rinpoche rented. He
Mm.
rented that place before.
Mhm.
So we went back there, and in Rinpoche's meeting hall or his teaching hall, just about to take refuge vow from Rinpoche. Just about he cut my hair. And I was kneeling down like right next to him. I have a photo of that.
Wow.
And then I saw, I was still thinking, I am so weird. And I thought, no, let's stop this. We have to, like, I have to, calm down and then receive my refuge vow.
Yes,
right? So
yes.
I figure out a way. I'm not sure if it's good to talk about it. But you can.
If you feel, please do it.
Okay.
If you don't feel, we go over that. We transcend that.
Okay. So I figure out a way to calm my mind, and the way I learn to calm my mind is I learn it from my dreams. Before I meet my guru, like there were about when I was 20, maybe 24 years old, when my first son was maybe 1 year old, something like that. I had this dream of a Mahayana monk. He will come to my dream. There's another dream of Buddha. That's how I realized I was a Buddhist.
Interesting.
But I wouldn't get into the detail now.
Of
So
course.
I had a dream about Buddha when I was a Christian. So I thought, maybe I'm a Buddhist.
Yes.
And then after that, there's this monk, Mahayana monk. He will come to my dream and teach me meditation. So that's how I learned how to calm my mind.
Oh, I understand.
So it will continue. Like it's not just one dream, many dreams of it.
Of course.
And then so when I was kneeling down in front of Rinpoche, and I thought, let's just calm down.
Yes.
So I calm my mind down, and then Rinpoche looked at me, and he smiled, and he nodded his head.
Yeah.
And then not only that, I heard him say something, but he was not talking.
Yes.
He said, the way you just calmed your mind, that was it.
Wow.
That is the way to calm your mind. And I was very shocked because I was not a Buddhist. I had no like this kind of experiences before. I thought, that is so weird. How come he knows what I'm doing?
How does he guess my thoughts?
Yes, how does he guess my thought? And how did I hear what he said?
Yes.
He said, that is the way to calm your mind. So right at that moment, that was the second time I gave rise to faith towards Khenpo Tsuchin Gyatso Rinpoche. That time I had no idea who he is. Like his history, his background, his lineage, I had no idea. But still I was skeptical, right? I was not superstitious at all. I have to do some researches and observe and see what's going to happen next. So, but at that time I was very shocked, so I thought, probably this is the master. This is the guru I have to follow if he knows my mind.
Yes.
Like at that moment I was like 90% sure.
Yes.
But still I have to observe, right?
Yes. Analyze.
Yes.
You have to test the guru. Yes.
So during that first retreat we had with Khenpo Rinpoche, and I experienced a lot of guidance.
Wow.
I mean, this is just the, we would say superpower, right? But like Miller Rabban, he said in one of his Doha, there are only 3 occasions a guru should demonstrate their abilities, right? First is to turn, how will you say that? Like to turn the no faith into faithful.
Yes.
Like turn your no confidence into
confidence.
Having confidence.
Yes.
The second one is when the guru try to point out the true nature of your mind.
Yes.
And the third occasion is when you try to enhance the disciples' teaching. And Miller Rabban said only these 3 occasions you're allowed, you should demonstrate this kind of power. So obviously that was the first one, right?
Yes.
To turn the no faith
into faith.
Right. So still I have to observe, right?
Yes.
I'm not gonna just fall into that because that is not like the superpower is not what I'm looking
Yes,
for.
of course, yes.
So I want to know the truth of the reality.
Yes.
Not superpower. I
Yes.
know the superpower is not the answer. Why?
Yes.
Because I have very sensitive perceptions.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I would put it that way.
Okay.
So I know sensitive perception doesn't mean anything
Yeah.
because you can still have like mental afflictions,
Absolutely.
clashes,
Yeah.
like five
Yes.
poison. So
Yes.
that doesn't mean anything. So
Yes.
like very sensitive or
You
very
still have to
sensitive
deal with
perception.
reality and with the circumstance that appear in your path.
Yes, but that kind of ability doesn't really help. So I know that is not the answer, right?
Yes, yes.
But anyway, during that retreat, he gave very good guidance on meditation, how to do shamatha. We start from the shamatha, and then he taught us the content of the 37 practice of
The Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva. And from then on, I said, oh my God, if this guru is not going to abandon me, I am going to stick with him like a chewing gum.
Yes, you will never leave him in your life.
No.
That's wonderful.
So that was 1999. I remember it was March 31st
Wow.
until today,
Wow.
year 2023.
Yes.
Today.
So we can say how many years, please?
So this is probably the 25th year.
25 years.
Yes.
25 years of your life with Khenpo Sing Gyatso.
Yes. Yes.
That's a long time, and that's a very beautiful journey.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
that's why I find it was very important to hear from you and your story, because first we don't have many people devoted for so many years to the teaching. Not only devoted, working for the teacher, because you work for your teacher.
Right. Yes.
You work for his monastery,
Right.
nunnery in this case. You work for his all works he did.
Yes.
You spread his work.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying not only following the teacher. I know many people that follow the teacher for 13, 14. But I know very few that work for the teacher. So that's why I choose you.
Okay. I see.
And because you are a female, and because I want female to realize many Glorias are out there.
Yes.
Many Glorias are out there. They just
Many.
didn't have the confidence yet. Maybe they didn't found yet the right guru. Maybe also they didn't have this courage to go until the end, to never give up. This is very important. So please, now that I mentioned this big point, that is, you don't only follow for 25 years, you work for your guru.
Yes.
This is very important.
Right.
So I'm sure your guru must have realized something very special in you.
I guess the first thing he would definitely notice is I have determination.
One point, determination. Now, women, if you want to follow the path diligently, characteristic number one, determination.
Right.
Gloria says, and she has the experience. Okay? So he felt that in you.
Yes. Determination is very important. Like before the interview we were talking about, like a lot of students ask me, like, I want to devote into Dharma practices, and I know the impermanence, I know that I have to give rise to renunciation towards samsara, but how come I just can't?
Yes.
Then I say, it's not that you can't, it's because you don't want to. You didn't choose to.
Yes.
So it's just like we were talking about quitting smoking.
Exactly.
People who cannot quit smoking because
It's
they
a
don't
choice.
want to.
Yes.
They really, like deep down inside, they didn't choose to do that. So if you really want to, you can quit. So if you really want to, you can practice.
If you really want to, you do the effort to practice.
Right. Yes. So that was, I think, the first quality my guru would see in me,
Yeah.
determination. So the second one, I would think it's I really renounce, or I don't want to stay in samsara.
Yes, this is wonderful. Let's pick this point. You renounce because you didn't want to stay in samsara. We remember our audience that Gloria, she was married, she had 2 children, means you renounced to your marriage.
Yes.
To dedicate your life to Dharma.
Yes.
So that is really renunciation. In the sense that you didn't renounce your family. You integrate your family in your world family.
Yes.
So please
Yeah, we were talking about this.
Please, about this renunciation aspect that is so important, and I think that many women have fear. They fear this a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot, because people will think I'm not a good mother. If I do this, no, I have to maintain this because they are children, I cannot do this, do that, you know. So many concepts, they are so scared. They need to realize there are examples like Gloria, myself, I will not talk about me, she's the one, but this is true. You can renounce genuinely to dedicate your life to Dharma and still love, or even it's a deep unconditional love. This, Gloria.
So when we talk about renunciation, people are thinking about physically you abandon something, right?
Yes.
So yes, like at the beginning of practices, you up to a certain level or from some perspective, you have to do that. But the point of renunciation is from my experience or how I realize it is, it has to come from 2 things. One is the love for sentient being, including your family.
Absolutely.
Your mother, your parents, your children, your spouse. And second one is that you really see, clearly the faults of samsara.
Yes.
So if you are attached to all these enjoyments,
Yes.
like including material or power or affirmation from people, attention
Yes.
from people,
Yes.
and status,
Yes.
then it's very hard that you have renunciation
Yes.
towards this samsara, that you want to really determine yourself to do practice. So first you have to realize there's all these faults, because all these attachment we have, in the end it brings only suffering.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like at the beginning you might enjoy something, but it always changes into suffering.
Yes.
The second one is when we talk about renunciation, like women are scared to leave their families, to leave their children.
Yes.
And of course they love their family and their children. Me too.
Me too.
Yes. Me too.
Yes.
You too. Me too. And some, they're afraid that, like you said, people might criticize.
Yes.
Like, what kind of mother are you?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You leave
Yes.
your family. Like for me, I'm not encouraging female practitioner to leave your family.
Absolutely.
It's just that I have a different life choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are not encouraging female to leave family,
No.
but we are trying to say to female that there are other choices.
Yes.
And because we choose all the things, it doesn't mean we are bad mothers, we are bad spouse, we are bad relatives, nothing. It means we have different mindset and we choose another path.
Yeah.
That's the meaning. So Gloria did that choice, very courageous. I'm sure it was not easy.
No.
It must be very painful because usually people don't understand.
Right.
Because
my
when you
family
are
thought I was crazy.
exactly, they think you are crazy, they think you lost your mind, they think you don't know what you are doing, you are very unstable, you need to go to psychiatry or something like this. So this is very normal. I usually say in the 21st century, if you are a yogini, it's a bit like that.
Yeah.
So I consider you a yogini.
Oh.
I must say, of course, if a person, a higher teacher like Khenpo Chusing Gyatso, saw in you the quality to give you permission to teach, of course you are a yogini. This is obvious. We can, and it's not you that are saying you are a yogini. This is obvious. You are not a nun, and he gave you permission to teach.
Yes.
So you are a yogini.
Yeah,
This
we
is
will like talk about the definition
Yes.
of yogini later, but
Yeah.
about this renunciation, one thing I want to emphasize is that we should not be so short-sighted.
absolutely.
Like when I make the decision, it's because I love my children so much, and I worry in my next life I won't be able to find them. I want to be able to find them, like my guru. I wouldn't get too much into how he knows things,
Yes, exactly.
but he knows.
Yes.
So I want to have this kind of ability to know
Exactly.
my children from this life, where they will be in their next life, or
course.
where are my children from previous lives. Like I felt so pathetic that I don't know where they were. I was so deeply in love with my children, I'm sure, right? So we all, a mother, like a
Yes, like another.
all
yes.
mother,
All
they
mothers,
love
yes.
their children. So then I was wondering, where were my children from last life?
Yes.
And maybe they're in front of me and I'm hating them.
Yes.
So this is like too pathetic to me. So I determined to change that.
Yes.
I want to be able to have the ability to include all
All.
my children,
Yes.
not only children in this life. Like we can dedicate our whole life to provide our children the best material, the best this, the best that. But what about their next life? Where
No.
will they be? I worry about them, their next life.
Nobody thinks of that.
Yeah,
You even see, many practitioners, they don't think of that.
yeah.
They don't think where your
Yes.
children will be next life.
Yeah, that's what I try to teach my students.
Many students don't realize in this life we are preparing the next one.
Exactly, yes. So this is one of the main reasons
Yes.
why I could make that choice that maybe other people think I was crazy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to take care of everybody like we were mother and children
Yes, yes, like your
once,
yes.
right? We're all family.
Yeah, no distinction.
Not
Yes.
just this life,
Yes.
this small family is my
Yes.
family.
Yes.
That everybody is our
Yes.
family,
Yes.
right? So that's what I thought, and that's how I could make the decision to leave. But I didn't leave right away.
Yes, yes.
I observed all the causes and conditions
Yes.
with my ex
Of
that
course,
time.
yes,
So
yes.
he could not accept the fact that
Yes. You choose a different path.
I devoted
To
a
your
big
guru.
chunk of time into other things rather than our family.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but it's not like he has resentment towards
yes.
Buddhism. No,
Yeah, yeah.
he was until now he's very open-minded, and we still have very good kind of
good.
connection. We still communicate.
Rejoice.
Yes.
Good.
So, but he's a normal husband,
Yes,
right?
yes, I
Who
understand.
can put up with his wife, like giving
Yes.
big chunk of time
Yes,
to
and
all these.
dedicated many hours of her time instead of the family, translating texts, studying texts, going to
Right.
visit the guru,
Yes.
staying in Nepal,
Right.
staying here. Yes, we can say normal husband usually don't understand that.
No.
Usually that is true.
So that's understandable.
That's
But
understandable.
we try to keep good communication and good connection until now. Like this year, he still came to visit my family.
Oh, that's
we had
wonderful.
meal together.
Rejoice, that's
Yeah.
great.
My mom, he still visits.
That's great. That's wonderful example. Means sometimes we have to go through very hard times, difficult things because we do different choices. But in the end, everything is
Yes,
well
yes,
because everything happens for a reason,
right.
right? So your renunciation was the second,
Yeah.
and the third.
And the third, I think, it's for me it's very shy to say that, but I think my guru, he sees that I really have love for everybody.
Yes. Means the third was your genuine compassion.
Yeah.
Your guru could realize in you genuine compassion.
Yeah.
That it really comes from your heart. It was not trained because you read many books or because you recite 1,000 practice of the Bodhisattva. It comes directly from here, from the heart center.
Yes.
Means your guru realize you have genuine bodhicitta.
Yeah.
Mind.
Yeah, I feel shy to say that.
You don't need to say.
I feel.
Because when we are in the presence of these great high teachers like Khenpo Chusin Gyatso, in my case, Delgo Khyentse Rinpoche, Shatta Rinpoche, if this kind of teachers see something in somebody, because this person really has something, because they are not ordinary beings.
Right, they are not ordinary.
They are not ordinary beings and they can't see everything. So if this person realize this quality, this level like genuine bodhicitta, of course this person give you the hand and want to bring you further in the path.
Yes. Like everything I try to do, I try to do it for other people, not for my own sake.
Yes.
However, I was more lack of skillful means, I would say.
This is also one very important part, because in the Dharma, I think that has to do with the integration of the masculine and feminine. And in the Dharma, this is a problem. Many people had that problem. They don't integrate very well the masculine side and the feminine side. Then we women sometimes don't use very well the skillful means.
Right.
And maybe males sometimes they don't use very well wisdom. So this go together.
Yeah.
So
I got a lot of good training from Rinpoche in terms of the skillful means.
I can imagine.
Sometimes I learn it a hard way.
If you are very close to a teacher, you must be ready to deal with that.
Right. Yes.
True or not?
Yes.
That's why getting very close to a teacher, it's also courageous.
I would say that yes. You have to have a very strong heart.
Absolutely. So he saw in you is not you saying me. He saw in you genuine bodhicitta quality.
Yeah, like I try to love everyone. Although maybe I was not so skillful, I try to make up to it in the past 24 or 5 years.
Yes.
So that's the third quality I would think he saw in me.
Bodhicitta.
Yeah.
Bodhicitta. That is the everything in Buddhism, in the path. So we saw.
Yeah.
And then he invite you to teach. How did this happen, Gloria?
Okay.
This is amazing, because you start from, what am I reading? I don't understand this word. Oh, now I finally did it. I'm in the door to pick the plane. I'm going to the channel ground. Well, for me this is okay. Maybe I'm not a normal person. Then you take your refuge vow. You renounce to most everything, and then suddenly your teacher say, please come to teach.
Yeah.
Please bring us here.
So this I will talk about the next quality.
Yes.
My teacher probably saw I have is the aspiration.
Yes.
The power of aspiration.
Yes.
So as a practitioner, you need to have the mind want to make aspiration for the benefit of others.
Yes.
So you make different kinds of aspirations.
Yes, absolutely.
And then the next quality I want to talk about, apart from the aspiration, is the devotion. So these are the qualities probably my guru saw.
Yes.
Like
that you had no doubt from that moment on.
Right.
No doubt.
Regarding the aspirations, like I was trained being a translator, but at the beginning I just made a very simple aspiration. I remember year of 1999 at the departure of one teaching, and I sang one song. It's called 8 Things Not to Be Shunned. It's I think it's Gochangba's Doha.
Doha.
So I made that offering to Rinpoche, and I made a simple aspiration. I said, Rinpoche, your teaching is so wonderful. I aspire and I wish I can use my voice to propagate your Dharma, your teaching.
That's
was
also generosity. It may be so.
Yes.
Giving your voice, your time is the most higher form of generosity. It's something that
I like the way you put it, generosity.
Yes, because if you give your time, time is the thing that it's unvaluable. You cannot pay time. Voice also is something you cannot pay.
Right.
It's inside you, comes from here. See, so you maybe saw in you such a generous person.
Yeah, I want to give, like you aspire to do something for the benefit of the Dharma and for of course the Dharma, the purpose for propagating Dharma is for being can be liberated from their suffering, right? But at that time I thought I was just like, maybe I sing Doha to other people, and then maybe if they like it I can say, hey, this is Khenpo Tsujing Gyatso, you can come and see him and become his disciple. Or like I can introduce and use my voice. At that time I didn't think about I will become a translator. It was later my teacher appointed by Rinpoche at that time to train us. He said, you should make aspiration to become Rinpoche's translator. And I said, oh, okay. So he taught me. He said, from now on, every day, you look at Rinpoche's photo 3 times a day. You say, Rinpoche, I want to be your translator. Please train me. So
this is amazing.
That's how I started, and my teacher started to ask me to become the secretary, his secretary, and we started to form a sangha, like the official sangha, because there was not a sangha.
Yes, there was not a sangha.
So the sangha started to form with my teacher and me and another Dharma sister. Like that, and I started to translate letters or emails between him and Rinpoche, Sangha and Rinpoche, to establish more and more connections. Like that. And then Rinpoche started to give us weekly teaching. You see, at that time we don't have internet. There's no video, video chat or Zoom, this kind of thing. So what did we use? Like the speaker phone. That was like 24 years ago. Speaker phone. So we would call Rinpoche, and then we use speaker phone, and everybody can hear. So I translate, Rinpoche teach and I translate, and then after the teaching, then I will type down the English. At that time, I could not translate Tibetan. I was a English translator already. It's my work. And so I translate from English to Chinese. I would, after the oral interpretation, I would type down the English, and then I do another precise written translation, and then we print
transcription.
it out. Transcription.
You transcribe all the.
I transcribe the English, and then from English I translate into Chinese again in written form, and then we distribute it to Rinpoche students in Taiwan. So that's how the Sangha started. Means
you became Rinpoche assistant, Rinpoche translator, and started the Sangha.
My teacher's assistant.
Your teacher's assistant, yes.
Yeah, so I translate all the communication between my Sangha with Rinpoche and teaching from Rinpoche to our Sangha members.
Amazing. A lot of merits.
I am very lucky.
That is a lot of merits. I'm speechless. So please keep telling us about how Rinpoche called you to teach.
Okay, so because I have to translate everything in a detail like that, so I got this very wonderful opportunity to listen to the Dharma. You see, there are 3 steps of practicing Dharma. One is listening, then reflecting or analyzing, then meditate. You have to go through these 3 correct steps to be able to really get your mind used to the Dharma, and then have it integrate into your life and your mind. So first of all, I was just teaching my students last week about these 3 steps. Like when you listen, you don't think.
Yes.
You see, some people, they cannot get into the points, because when the teacher or the gurus are teaching, they started to think or doubt. Like, huh? Why is it like that? Isn't it like that? Why is it like, contradicting to what I thought? So you see, when the gurus, or maybe there's a 4 steps in one teaching, and then when he's teaching the first one, and you're like thinking on your own, maybe your doubt will be resolved in the second step.
Yes.
Right?
Analyzing.
So because you were thinking when he was explaining the second step, so you lost that.
Yeah.
You lost that, meaning when your question can be solved here, it was not solved.
Yes.
And then you listen to the third one, of course it doesn't make sense, right?
Yes.
So I have this great opportunity from being a translator, because translator, you have to translate precisely. So first of all, you have to listen to it completely.
Yes.
So when I translate, we cannot think, right?
Yeah. No.
I mean, you cannot really reflect upon it.
You are talking about simultaneous translation, right?
Both. Like sequence or simultaneous.
Oh.
Like you have to listen.
Yes, you have to listen.
You can't just stop and think that, why is it like that?
Yeah. No time. No
right?
time.
No time.
No.
So
you lost the train.
Right.
You lost the train if you think too much. Sorry. Yes.
So I had this great opportunity to be able to listen to the full logic, the full picture of the teaching, and I think that's how I was able to learn more thoroughly than regular students.
Yes.
So it was a very fortunate and blessing for me to learn like that. So how I become a teacher, I think this is first thing. Why? Because I listen completely.
Yes.
I don't just start thinking my own logic.
Yes.
So you have to know the steps or the logic or the theory thoroughly before you start to reflect upon it.
Yes.
And to see if this logic works for you.
Yes.
Like if you agree with it, or if that makes sense to you.
Yes.
So that was that. After listening, then you have to reflect upon it. Oh, the Rinpoche taught 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you started to reflect upon it.
Yes.
So then, because I have to do a lot of written translation too, right? So that was my opportunity to reflect. Because when you do written translation, it involves more
analysis words. Be very careful, be very accurate. Yes.
Then meditation, you have to do meditation, especially under the guidance of Khenpo Tsultrim Gyaltso Rinpoche. That's how he trains his translators. He doesn't give translators easy time.
That's good. That's good.
Like he always.
Yeah, that's good. He's always
poke into your ego clinging, right?
It's nice.
So like that. So because he gives a lot of, I would say, examination.
A hard time. He gives you a hard time.
It's kind of like examination. Then you know what your lack of.
Yes.
Right. So when Rinpoche is poking into your ego clinging, you know, I should meditate on that. And using what? What the instruction he taught, right?
Yes.
So then I think that's how I gradually become qualified to be a Dharma teacher.
But how it happened? Tell us directly. Did Rinpoche approach you and told you directly or request you to teach?
The first time he appointed me to be a teacher is actually the Lu Zhong teacher. Lu means body.
Yes.
Zhong is training.
Yes.
So he called his this Tibetan yoga he taught. He just simply called it Lu Zhong.
Lu Zhong, yes.
Yes. At that time, I mentioned that I was practicing Qigong, right?
Yes,
that
yes,
was
yes.
Taoism Qigong.
Mhm.
But Rinpoche had said that this Taoism Qigong, because we all follow this teacher who taught Taoism Qigong, but we don't involve into the Taoism religion.
Yes,
just
I
the
understand.
Qigong part to
Just the physical part of the practice.
yes, to keep our body healthy, that part. So Rinpoche has said that this Taoist Qigong we practice is very similar to Dumo. Yes. And then he said, this is very important. He said, when you practice your Qigong, you combine it with Mahayana view and meditation, then you are also doing Mahayana practices. So what is Mahayana view and meditation? It involves the view of emptiness, the view and meditation of emptiness, and the view of meditation on compassion.
Yes.
So that's Mahayana view, right?
Yes.
Emptiness and
And
compassion.
compassion. Yes.
So he said, when we practice our Qigong, if we can combine
Yes.
these two into it, integrate it
Yes.
into it, then you are doing Mahayana practices also.
Yes.
So this Taoism Qigong,
Yeah.
when you practice to a certain level, it will manifest into physical
Yes.
hygiene.
I see. Very good.
So-
And so you start by there. You begin to start teaching Lojong, physical exercises.
Yes, it's because I was going to say that. Do we have enough time?
Yes, more.
Okay. So this Qigong is an inner practice.
Yes.
There's not much movement involved actually. But when your energy is high up to a certain level, it will manifest an outer hygiene.
Yes, yes.
So I remember 2002 when Rinpoche took us to India for a pilgrimage trip. During the trip, he asked if anybody knows how to play Tai Chi. That time I didn't know. But there were like two Dharma brother and sister. They know Tai Chi, but it's the Tai Chi that with it's like outer form Tai Chi. So it's not the inner form.
Yes, yes,
energy
yes.
manifests
Yes,
as Tai
yes,
Chi.
yes.
So Rinpoche watched.
Yes.
He watched like this, like. Anyways, and then he didn't say anything, not one word. And I thought that is weird. How come he didn't say anything? He didn't even say Yabudu, very good. No, there's like no way. He just want entertainment.
Yes.
But I just wondering why. So I had this thought. I said, I just wish I could, know how to do this Tai Chi. Then I can show Rinpoche. That was in June. And then in the end of August 2002, or September, I went to USA to translate for Rinpoche. And on the way back to Taiwan, there was this, that was an empty flight. So nobody was sitting next to me. And then I just stretched myself, and then suddenly this Tai Chi started. And I thought, wow, that is wonderful.
Yeah.
So I went back home and I told my teacher, is it okay if I perform this for Rinpoche when Rinpoche comes next time? But my teacher at that time, he was more like Marba to me. He was very mean to me. And that time Rinpoche was very kind to me because he knows my teacher was very strict to me. And then he was like, who wants to see you, perform Tai Chi? No way. And then because he had to go through me to communicate with Rinpoche. So I know he never told Rinpoche.
Yeah.
I was the secretary and translator, right?
Yeah.
So there's no way he could communicate with Rinpoche without me.
Yes.
But a few months later, Rinpoche came to Taiwan to give a Sangha retreat, and one morning he looked at me. He said, "Sherab Dolma, can you perform Tai Chi?"
You read your mind.
Yes, I was so shocked. And I said, yes.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, now do it. It was like breakfast time
Yes,
with
yes,
nearly 100 students there.
Yes.
Everybody's having breakfast.
Yes.
Rinpoche too, so I tried to do it, although I was a little bit trembling.
I can
but
imagine.
I tried to do it. Then Rinpoche looked at me, and then he said to my teacher and me, he said, okay, today I'm going to teach you Lu Zhong. That was the first time I ever heard Lu Zhong.
The word, yes.
The word, I didn't even know.
Yes.
So after breakfast, we went to Rinpoche's room, and Rinpoche taught us the basic movements.
Yes.
We practiced for about 20, 30 minutes, something like that.
Yes.
And then he pointed at me and said, "Oh, Sherab Dolma, from now on, you are the Lu Zhong teacher of Satsang Shibu." It's like that. So you see, I told my students this story. There's like 2 points about this. One is Lu Zhong is about Nadi Prana Bindu.
Yes,
that's
Nadi
very
Prana
obvious.
Bindu.
So because my Nadi Prana Bindu was
many people
transforming,
will not
right?
understand.
Yeah. So Rinpoche saw that.
Yeah.
Second
obvious.
is, I think this point you want to mention about it, like why is that I become a Lu Zhong teacher after 30 minutes of practicing?
Yes.
So
I would like to ask that, of course, but that is only possible if you are a yogini. Not possible other way. You know what I mean, right?
Yes.
When we practice in certain level of practice, you are a yogini. So I would like really to know how you become a teacher after 30 minutes of practice.
Okay.
And what is a yogini in your point of view?
All right.
Okay.
So this is what I told my students. Because we're not only was born in this life, there are many lives in our existence. So I would think that's because I had practiced this in my previous lives, maybe many lives already, and that's why I became a teacher after 30 minutes of practicing. It's kind of like how Drugu they can remember what they learned from before.
Exactly.
Of course, I'm not saying I'm a Drugu.
No.
But I'm just making an example. And so I would think that it's because I have practiced this for many lives. Because when Rinpoche taught me, I immediately understood.
Yes.
So this is a very important point because it proves that what you are doing now, you carry it to your next life. So it's very important that we practice now because material, power, status, all these like outer objects, you cannot carry into your next life. But this kind of thing, like it's a habitual tendency, right? So your bad habitual tendencies can be carried into your next life. Your virtuous one, for example, like practicing Dharma, these tendencies can be carried into your next life. So it's very important that we practice right now. Even if we were lack of it in our previous life, it's okay. You just start right now. Right? So I would think it's because I have practiced this in my previous life. So that's how I become a...
It was already there, the seed, and suddenly with the guidance of your teachers, wake up.
Yes. Kind of like that. So I would want to encourage everybody, just try to do it now. Like starting now, right now, today.
Under the proper guidance, please.
Right.
Because in our days, Also, everybody does everything through YouTube. Please don't do
You
that.
don't do that. No.
You do through your guru, like Gloria did directly with Khenpo Trusing Gyatso. Okay?
Yeah.
Please take this in consideration. Yes.
Yeah. I actually, he's my root guru, and I mainly only follow him.
Yeah.
And I had other guru, they were all introduced by him.
Yes, yes.
So I would suggest whoever wants to do, like, devote yourself into Dharma practice, you just choose one teacher and follow him systematically, because you have to know your teacher, right? And the teacher has to know you.
You have to examine your teacher.
Yes, and then the teacher, after he, like, you
And teacher
are
examines
familiar
you.
with each other,
Yeah.
he will examine you, he will look at you, what you need at the present moment, he can give it to you.
Yes.
And then if you practice something,
Yes.
you have doubts, you have questions, you go back to that teacher. You don't go around to ask other teachers,
Yes.
because every guru or every
They have a method.
they have their own how do you say that, perspective of how they want to present teaching. They ultimately, it's the same thing. The essence is the same,
Yes.
but the methods are different.
Absolutely.
So you don't learn one method from one teacher and
And
then
then
go
go
ask
another.
another teacher, because he might have other methods.
Yes.
And because we are still confused being, right?
Yes.
So we don't know how to distinguish
Absolutely.
or how to integrate. So it's better to follow one teacher,
Absolutely.
and he can look at you and train you systematically.
Yeah.
So that is one.
Also, you need to have karma for that.
Yeah.
We cannot forget that part. Also, you need to have karma for that.
Yes.
This is very important.
Yeah. So karma is from the accumulation,
Yes,
right?
accumulation of our actions and aspirations and many things.
Yes. If you don't have it now, then
Yes.
you start to accumulate from now. Yeah. And regarding this, you're talking about the yogini.
Yes, I would like to know, because in our days, this is my quite polemic, because in our days I hear so many people saying, "Oh, I'm a yogini because they did 1 week workshop about something, about some practice. They received some empowerment or teaching based on something of Yeshe Tsogyal or whatever." Then many women say, I'm a yogini. I would like to hear from a yogini, what is a yogini?
Okay.
For me it will be wonderful, because if Khenpo Trusing Gyatso recognizes you as yogini, please explain us and explain women, what is a yogini?
I will start from a very practical perspective to explain what is yogini. Like in Tibetan, yogi is najo, and then yogini is najoma.
Nachoma.
So what does that mean? It means, practically, it means somebody who really practice Dharma.
Yes.
If you want to look at it in a very general way.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are really devoting your life into Dharma, then yes, you can consider yourself as a yogini, because it means female practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we don't want to put too many
Concepts
very,
or layers in this.
I wouldn't say, how do you say that? Like, you don't want to make yogini, this concept, as something that is very superior
Yes, yes.
or like superpower.
Yeah, like I'm a yogini, I'm very high level practitioner.
Yes.
Yeah? This kind of thing.
So yogini practically it means female practitioner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deeply engaged in the Dharma.
Yes, deeply engaged into Dharma practices.
Yes.
So you need to have what we were mentioning about these 5 qualities.
Yes, the 5 qualities, yes.
The first one is your determination.
Yes,
So would you like to devote yourself for
Yes.
the benefit of others
yes.
and really give your time and
Yes,
energy?
yes.
And then it's the renunciation. Really, do you really renounce samsara?
Yes.
All these...
It's just apparently renouncing.
Yes, like all these mundane things that seduce you, including status, power. Are you able to, or do you want to really renounce and get yourself free from that? So renunciation. And do you have like compassion? Really, you want to give your love to everybody, that you are willing to sacrifice yourself for other people's benefit. Then I would, for me, that if I would say somebody's compassionate, is I see them doing something for the benefit of other people, and sometimes it hurt them, or they lose something.
Compassive is not always kind.
So when at the key point you need to make a decision that you have to give up your own benefit for the sake of others. Are you willing to give up your own benefit? Yeah, or your own status, your own whatever benefit you have.
Yes.
When the time you have to make decisions, which do you give up? So for me, if I see people, I see many people who do that. Many yoginis, I would say, they give up their own benefit. But I also see people who, I'm sorry if I say something wrong, who consider themselves as yogi or yoginis. At the key point when they need to make a decision, they choose their own benefit. So to me, I wouldn't say they're compassionate. So this is the third quality. You have to be compassionate. Then you have to have this devotion to your lineage and guru. You don't just jump around. I mean, you can have devotion towards all guru, but I'm just saying, apart from this respect for all the gurus, are you devoted into your lineage and your guru to let him train you? Like you have to be able to withstand his hardship training. Right? And then the fourth I was talking about aspiration, right? You have to make a lot of aspiration. Some people, they're afraid to make aspiration because they're afraid of responsibility. So you have to have this willpower that you want
determination, courage.
Take on the responsibility of this, maybe your guru or your own mission of benefiting others. So I would think this is my definition of being a yogini. So
I hope everybody that is hearing us now is a bit more clear what is a yogini. When people hear about yoginis, it's not just a person that wear a red and white shawl, a Zen, walking around Buddha Stupa. You know, yogini is much deeper than that. As you see, it has to do with these big 5 qualities that you have to develop, and also, in my humble opinion, because I'm in front of one, must be recognized by a real, genuine, great master.
With a lineage.
With a lineage. So if somebody says, I'm yogini, it's okay, but I would really believe in that when I see a great master like Khenpo Chusim Gyatso saying, please, Gloria, teach. This is a yogini.
Thank you.
So, no, thank you, because this is a pure example, you know, I could not give more pure example. So this misunderstanding, this misconception, and turning these words so ordinary, like everybody's yogi and yogini nowadays, that is not true. That this is really hard path. I'm sure Gloria have to go through very deep hard training to come here.
That is true.
Please don't say yogini like that or yogi, because in our days, unfortunately, due to this, you know, very dark age times, then misunderstanding come a lot with these things. So I would like really to emphasize that we are in front of a yogini, that is not recognized by me or because I'm saying, but because a great master with a lineage said and choose. So for me, this is a yogini, and I respect as a genuine yogini.
I feel shy that I
Don't
wouldn't
feel.
say I'm a yogi, but I'm a female practitioner. Yeah, but
Your teacher invite you to teach. You are teaching female.
mhm.
Something you have.
Yeah, I'm teaching
And
actually.
you are dedicating your path. You are here in Nepal. You are here teaching in his monastery.
Uh-huh.
You have been under his guidance. He said, Gloria, from now on, you teach. For me, you are a yogini. I'm sorry.
I'm not only teaching female.
Now you teach everybody.
Yeah, I mean from the beginning, I teach lay students.
Lay
So,
students.
Yes, they're male and female. Like
Wonderful.
that. And I admire my male students
Oh,
because
wonderful.
you see they're not shy or they
Wonderful.
don't have this concept of
Yes.
like distinguish female,
Female
or
teacher
male
from male
teachers.
teacher.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So I admire them for that.
Wonderful. So I really hope in the future we can have more female teachers. By this conversation also we can realize that not only great Rinpoches, people that belong to families, feudalistic aspects of, or being tulkus, or wives of great Rinpoches, not only these persons can teach, ordinary people that start a path with genuine compassion and innocence, maybe one day can find a genuine guru, and the genuine guru can find the quality in that person, like Gloria, and can invite to teach. So this is not a path only for a few. This path is for all women. It's open to all those who want to engage, who want to give their heart deeply and 100%, genuinely. So Gloria is the perfect example of that.
I agree. The last half part you said everybody can become
Everybody.
this. But as for me, as I mentioned about these 5 qualities, probably I have that my
In your mind stream.
teacher recognized, my guru recognized. I am still trying to polish it, so I am not perfect.
This is, as you say, work for this life, next life,
Yeah.
and the many next
Yeah.
life to come.
Yes.
It's just some people are aware of that in this life,
Mhm.
others are not aware of this in this life.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is that please demystify this idea that you have to be Rinpoche wife, that you have to be a recognized tulku, that you have to be a familiar or some family member, some daughter of a great High Lama, or this or that, to be a female teacher. This is not true. So you have here a lay person that had a lay life. She was married, she had children. Suddenly she dedicated her life to Dharma. Now she's teaching. She's a female teacher. She's a yogini. So she went through all this process, 25 years of her life dedicated. So if she did, you can do it.
Yes,
So
exactly.
this is the main message of this interview
Right.
to all the female.
Yes.
Please see in Gloria an example of work, dedication, renunciation, generosity and compassion.
Not only me, like all our nuns.
All the nuns here,
Yes.
Amazing.
Rinpoche, he dedicated his life into training female practitioners. And
That-
I'm not the only lay female teachers either under Rinpoche's seat. So there are other female teachers too.
means there are other yoginis.
Yes.
Good. So I'm very happy, and this is a very good example because Khenpo Tusim Gyatso is a great master, and he always took care and teach female practitioners. So this is something that I deeply admire. I feel deeply happy to be here, and especially because I saw the nuns, I saw everything here. We will see now after the interview. You will have a guided visit to all this place, and it's really amazing the way nuns are treated, the work they do, the way they treat this place is undescribable. So Khenpo Tusim Gyatso really did a wonderful job that I think many should follow in the near future. So Gloria, I'm very, very grateful from my heart for this opportunity, for this interview.
Same here.
No, and I'm very happy to meet you in person. This is Diana.
Me too.
And thank you so much. Also, I will not finish.
My Dakini sister.
No, your sister. And I will not finish without, this is
This is our
a
new
very
product.
beautiful gift that Gloria offered me. This is the incense that the nuns made here. You will see in this guided visit how they do it. And Gloria was very kind. She offered me this wonderful incense, which I will take with me with all my heart. And please, if you really want to help the nuns, for example, and the female practitioners here, it's one way to help is to buy incense. You buy incense that is done with all love. So this is no price. Please, you can do it. Also, for example, stay in Dondrup guest house. Also, you are helping the nunnery. So please take this to your mind. Bring this to the path, because it's not only to come to teachings, to request, this is that. Engage and help. This is very important. So I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for offering. This is really a gift that I will take deep with my heart, because nuns, I love nuns. So
they made it with their pure heart and pure meditation
everything.
and practice.
Nuns are
trained by
amazing practitioners. So for me, I love nuns. So I have the most wonderful gift, and you can have also, if you please order here the incense. Please do it.
It's all like totally herbal, very good ingredients they use.
Herbal, very good ingredients, and made with love. This no price. Please order here. Time to do some help, not only receive all these wonderful words, because in our days we have to pay bills, and people begin to need to begin to realize this in Dharma. I'm sorry to be so audible. Anyway, wonderful to meet you.
Me too.
I'm delighted, and I'm grateful for your time. Sorry to make you waste so much time.
No.
And
I'm so glad
in the
I
name,
met you here.
No, in the name of Sattva Project, Sherab is not here, but in his behalf also, Christy, all that does part of this project. I thank you for your kindness and for your time, and for showing all this wonderful place from Khenpo Trusing Gyatso, to whom we dedicate this interview for his long life, and to all Mother Sentient beings. Thank you so much.
Should we sing his long life prayer?
Please, you sing his long life prayer. Please don't ask me. Please. Gloria, it will be wonderful to finish this way. Let's do it.
You shine with the radiance of intelligence, skillful play. You are a fertile field of excellent qualities. You manifest an ocean of Dharma, with each point clear and distinct. In all 10 directions, the melodious sound of your song reverberates. You sing the songs of the deep meaning of the view and meditation. Genuine spiritual friend, may your feet continue their playful dance. We beg you to always remain.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
really
sister.
deeply touched my heart. Thank you for everything, Gloria. So,
thank you, Brother Sherab.
brothers, all brothers and sisters in the Dharma that are seeing us, we send you all our love. And again, thank you so much, Gloria, for all of this. And I hope we can have a second part, so you can explain more detail these 5 qualities, because I was like receiving a teaching here. So I'm very grateful from my heart, really. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me this chance to...
Please, you give me the chance to meet such a wonderful and blessed place, be in the presence of such a great master. Oh my goodness, I'm so blessed. So we want to share the merits with all of you. So In the name of Sattva Project, see you soon.
See you.
Bye.